Hi, these two Grandmaster, I'll just call them by their first name, Grandmaster Wang and Grandmaster Ding, are candidates for in the tournament at Moscow, I believe, next month. They're candidates to play against Magnus Carlsen, but they're Chinese, and the news is that the coronavirus is affecting their preparation and also their movements and all that sort of thing. So I believe that they've got emails to say that they have to, from Moscow, Russia also, they've been told that if they're going to come into the country, which they're probably going to, they have to, if they come now or so, they're going to have to be in lockdown for 14 days and that sort of thing to prevent the contamination of other people or other players and that sort of thing. So this is quite sort of an ordeal, I suppose, for these two players, because they want to be able to have their complete concentration while they're at the board and not to have to worry about the uncertainty of viruses that can contribute to their concentration at the board and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to actually try to pronounce their names, their last names. I could try Loren, so Grandmaster Ding Loren on the right, and Grandmaster Wang Hao's. By the way, the coronavirus has claimed almost 500 lives worldwide and infected more than 24,500 people across 25 countries at the time of writing. Public life is in lockdown in China, where over 15 sports events scheduled have been postponed or cancelled. And so it's affecting these two players. Ding on the right is currently preparing at home in Windsor, where he lives with his parents. The coastal city in the southeastern, I can't say that word, Xinjiang province has 9 million inhabitants. An estimated 300 people are currently hospitalised there with the virus. On Sunday, the city government has restricted the movement of residents and closed roads, even though the city is located 800 kilometers away from Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus. So it's quite reasonably close, but... And now I'd like to just read this. Ding hasn't been outside his apartment building for 3 days now. Today I went downstairs and walked around in the building, but I didn't go into the street. For that, you need to inform the building manager, and your temperature will be measured. The 27-year-old Grandmaster, who is considered to be one of the favourites to win the tournament, which would earn him the right to challenge world champion Magnus Carlsen in a title match, says he had to cancel some of his plans to prepare. So that's the player on the right. I was planning to train together with my seconds. Now we connect through the internet, he said, adding that it's not a big deal. Okay, that's good. Top grandmasters are used to being in touch with their assistants online all the time, but there's an added value to seeing them in person, especially when preparing for such an important event. Ding is taking it lightly, saying the situation doesn't make it harder to prepare. Okay, that's good. So there's Ding Loren, and please forgive me if I've said that wrong. Wang, the other Chinese participant, lives in Beijing, but is currently in Tokyo for business matters. Like Ding, he had to cancel plans for preparing for Yekaterinburg. I managed to create a team and was planning a training camp, but the budget of the federation and the sponsor was all based on holding it in Beijing, so it had to be cancelled. The 30-year-old Wang, who came second in the Gibraltar Masters last week, plans to stay in Tokyo until the end of the month. He will briefly go back to Beijing before travelling to Russia, where the tournament will begin on March the 15th. Could the new virus in China also affect Ding and Wang's travel to Russia? A tweet by Australian chess journalist Grandmaster Ian Rogers on Tuesday suggested so. He claimed that the two Chinese participants had been asked to arrive in Russia 2 weeks before the event and to sit out the quarantine period. So there you go, there's the news from my hand at the helm of David Wegener, and I hope you enjoyed that wee little excerpt. Now, if you'd like to just have a look at a chess game, this is a game from, I believe, 2019, the women's, is it the women's Blitz Chess Championships also? Or is it just the world, yeah, I think it's the World Blitz Chess Championships, I think, from in Moscow. So here's this game here. So we'll go backwards, which is really good for your head. And I'm just going to go through this game. And I think it's quite cute looking at like this. Now here, black's actually thinking of playing knight b4 because the queen's attacked twice with the bishop on g6, affecting the capture of the queen on c2. Okay, so if the knight, just let's say the knight moved here, then white would lose a pawn. I'll show you. This is pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes, of course, and bishop takes. So white would lose a pawn. And plus, this is now an isolated pawn, which is not the greatest for the coming in-game onslaught. So here's knight b4. And a3 to protect the b4 pawn. So I was thinking that black's going to do well here, but I was wrong. So black's got a way better bishop pair than white's bishop here, which is locked down like in lockdown as well. So here comes rook d1 from c. So this was played last year. Blitz, very quick and very methodical play. Shut that bishop out, even though it affects white's dark squared bishop. Looks pretty scary for white here. Looks like white's going to lose something. I reckon white should lose something here. I wonder what. I wonder if this is just possible. Just bishop takes knight and rook takes pawn. Am I just missing something? So anyway, here we go. I'll just keep going with the game. You might like to look at that. Now here comes rook d3. Bishop d2, a bit of overprotection. Rook h5. At least a mistake, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, yeah, I think just bishop takes knight here, and then we're threatening bishop c4, or even bishop c4 is, in my opinion, better than what black played. Anyway, rook h5, don't think so. Rook b3. I just don't think it looks very good. Just making their house nice and safe. Bishop takes h6. Well, it just feels like this is a safe house. Now comes b3. Is it b3? Yep, b3. And here comes rook g7, and here is soon now knight e7, and black resigns, because now they have to move on to a place where they're going to lose their rook next move. Okay, so that's quite a good lightning game to play with Lei, L-E-I, and Ganina, the surnames, of course. Okay, thank you very much.